Chapter 8. She deserves to be stoned. Then Joseph, her husband, being a just man and not willing to make her a public example, was minded to put her away privily. Matthew 1:19. Joseph did not expect the figure coming toward him to be his father, but when he finally recognized him, Joseph ran to greet him. "Joseph, my boy, you do not know how glad I am to see you. To think I don't have to go all the way to Bethsaida to fetch you." "Father, why would you be coming to fetch me?" "Because something has happened of a very grave nature that only your presence can once and for all solve with certainty." "What is it, Father?" "Mary is claiming to be having your baby." "Mary is what?" "I know, Joseph, I'm still having a hard time grasping it too. Surely before you asked her to marry you, you told her of your situation." "Yes, Father, most clearly." "And how did she take it?" "Wonderfully, Father. She said she would rather stay single and never have children than not to be able to marry the man she loves." "Well, she obviously has changed her mind, and it would not surprise me if she thinks she will get away with it somehow, hoping that we will not be willing to tell the world what kind of a man you are." "Father, it will not come to that, will it? How else are you going to prove that this baby can't possibly be yours?" "But to tell the whole world, I would not want to do that. Joseph, she deserves to be stoned for what she is trying to get away with." "Yes, Father, you are right. But can't we somehow do it privately? I don't want to make her a public example, nor do I want the whole world knowing what kind of a man I am." "You're right, son. I wasn't thinking. I'm still upset at how Joseph railed at me about you as if you would do anything wrong." The two were nearing Nazareth, and Joseph was still oblivious to the truth of what Mary said as to how she had become pregnant, and his father did not seem to think it important to tell Joseph the whole story. "Joseph, I wish I could help, but I am not allowed to betray any patient's confidence. I can't tell you if Mary is pregnant or not. Can't you ask her yourself?" Dr. Adelaide felt a very heavy heart for this young man who was so happy when he had departed. His future was bright, and he had the girl of his dreams. Who would have thought it would have turned out this way? "All I can do for you is testify on your behalf as to your physical condition at birth, so you will be completely innocent of this whole affair." Joseph left the doctor's office more forlorn than when he had arrived. No, he couldn't talk to Mary. Mary's father refused to let him near Mary unless he was willing to acknowledge his part in the affair. Since he could not, Mary was out of his reach. How he longed to talk with her and find out her side of the story before he sentenced her to death. He knew he would never be able to live with her death until he knew why she had done such a thing to him after making him believe she loved him above all men and did not care about the kind of man he was. She had made him feel whole as no other person had been able to do. Not his mother nor his father could do it, but Mary had. Yet it was not to last. He should have known not to get his hopes up. He went home determined to get it all over with, even if he never was able to hear Mary's side of the story. That night, Joseph thought he would never get to sleep. He tossed and he turned, wishing he did not have to face the morrow, what he had to face. Finally, he fell into a fitful sleep, but he had a most calming dream. "Joseph, son of David." "Yes, who are you?" I am the angel of the Lord, and I have come to tell you to not fear to take Mary as your wife. The baby she is having was conceived via the Holy Ghost. She shall bring forth a son, and you are to call his name Jesus. He shall save his people from their sins. Joseph, without you, God's plan will be ruined. It will be hard for you to understand right now, but this baby is a gift for you and Mary as well as for the whole world. The dream ended and Joseph awoke refreshed and at peace. God was in this, and Mary was to be his wife. He did not have to condemn her to death after all.